Alright, hello everybody, this is Zaxter99. Today I'm going to be showing you guys, or anybody out there that, kind of how to send your voice or make a audio recording of your voice, whether it be a 30-second message to say, hey, I love you to somebody special, or maybe you want to use your voice to, demonstrate to somebody or tell somebody the theory of relativity, 1 hour discussion, and you want to be able to record that and have somebody be able to listen to that later. So, maybe you're wanting to record your voice, it's in notes, and you're out taking notes, or you're a private detective and you want to be able to go back later and listen to your thoughts as you work through a great mystery or criminal case. Whatever it is, you can easily record your voice and upload that online to share it with other people. And I'm going to show you the best way to do that on Windows right here. So from Google, people, if you don't already have a great free program called Audacity, that is the one I would recommend. And all you need to do is type in Audacity, and when you do that, it'll come up with Audacity download, and just go to Windows and click that link. And this is probably the best free audio recording and audio editing program I've ever played with. And I've used like $20-$30 programs just to edit voices and recordings and stuff. Nothing beats Audacity, and it's completely free. So when you go to the downloads, regardless of, even if this is like 2 years later, you should get from the Windows download for Audacity a couple of different choices for a zip file or an installer. You can just simply click the first link. That's going to be an installer for the most current version. Just click that, go ahead and install that. Follow all the prompts. Make sure you're reading the prompts that come up on the window. Make sure you're not installing extra stuff that doesn't need to be installed, like completely different programs. Make sure you skip those and decline those. But download your installer. I already have it installed, so I'm not going to be installing Audacity. But I would highly recommend as well getting the LAD SPA plugin, and that includes over 90 different plugins to give you additional features and everything like that. Packs them into a really small installer, only a 1.4 megabyte file, gives you over 90 additional programs. You can grab that right here under the optional downloads, plugins, and libraries. But this one right here is probably the one that I would do. And if you want to be able to export MP3 files, the lame MP3 encoder might be another option for you as well. Again, you can download all those and install those really easily right here from the same website. Once you download and install Audacity, you're going to have it on your desktop. Simply double click it to launch, and then you're going to see it's going to come up and look something like this. Now, over time, they might change a few things. Some of this stuff might be in a little bit different location, or it might be a little bit different looking, but the main features should be the same. The main things you'll want to initially set up is make sure you have a mic plugged in, whether that's your headset or a desktop microphone, whatever you're going to be using to record your voice. Once you have it plugged in, make sure that you select that from the drop-down menu here under the microphone. If you don't see your microphone here, you'll probably want to just go ahead and close Audacity and relaunch it, making sure that your microphone is plugged in when you launch Audacity. But here I have a Yeti microphone on my desktop. I'm going to go ahead and select that because that is the microphone I want to use. And then come over here and select how you want to play back your audio so you can edit it. If you have a headset plugged in, again, find that here in the drop-down menu. Select whichever one you want to use for your playback speakers or headset. So when you're ready to start recording with Audacity, simply click the red record button. You'll see as you hover your mouse over it, it'll say record. So when you're ready, go ahead and click that and start. Hello, Zaxter99. Okay, I have a cough attack right here. I just wanted to tell you, Zaxter99, you are great. You are fantastic. When you're ready to stop recording, simply go ahead and hit the stop button right here. You'll notice that it stops recording, and you'll see how long your recording was. Here, my recording is only about 14.5 seconds long. Now, when you're done recording, if you have any kind of background noise or, a washing machine going in the background, something like that, you might want to cut that background noise out of your recording, and that's really easy to do with Audacity. So what you want to do is highlight a part of the recording where, you're not talking, maybe just a little pause, maybe it's at the end, wherever it is. Find a little section like this where you don't see your voice. Go ahead and play that to make sure you don't hear any of your voice that you're going to be cutting out. Okay, you can hear that I wasn't talking during that part, but maybe that's just background noise. So here you want to go ahead and show Audacity that this is background noise that you want to cut out of your entire recording. So highlight just a section like this of where you're not talking, and then come up to Effect. Click that, and you're going to go to Noise Reduction right here. Once you click Noise Reduction, you want to go ahead and get Noise Profile. This is the first step. You have to do this first. And what you're going to be telling Audacity is that this section right here is my noise profile, what I want to define as background noise that I'm going to have you cut out. So now that I've defined that by clicking, again, Effect, Noise Reduction, Get Noise Profile. Now I want to go ahead and highlight my entire recording. You might have to hit the minus sign here so you can see the entire recording, so it kind of shrinks it all up. Now, just go ahead and highlight the entire recording. Come back to Effect, go to Noise Reduction again, and hit OK. I would just leave these at the default. You can increase the noise reduction decibels if you want, but I found it's best just to go ahead and leave these all at default. Unless you've used Audacity more and you're more experienced with it, this will work just great. So now that you've got the whole recording highlighted that you want to remove the background noise from, just hit OK. Audacity, depending on the length of your recording, will go ahead and remove any background noise that you've defined in that first step of the noise reduction. So now you've got an audio clip that you want to play, but you notice that I did cough there at the start. I want to cut that out. So let's go ahead and play my recording and find where that starts. I want to go ahead and be ready to hit pause when I find that, or back it up. So let's go ahead and blow this up just a little bit because I know this does happen at the beginning. So let's go ahead and hit play. Hello, Zaxter99. Okay, so I see that it starts right here where these big spikes are. So let's go ahead and stop it. And what I want to do is I want to cut out this part right here. Let's go ahead and cut out this extra pause right here as well. So I've highlighted what I want to cut out. Now I simply come to Edit up here and hit Cut, or Control X. Once I do that, it will cut that part out for me. Now I have another section right here that I want to cut out as well. I'm going to go ahead and again hit either Edit and Cut, or I can simply highlight what I want to cut out, and as we already know, hit Control X. Bam, just like that. Now I want to go ahead and cut this, the first part of it out as well. I don't want to say a 3 or 5 second delay, however long it is. Here it's under a second. But let's just say I want to cut that out as well. And that way when somebody goes to play this recording, they'll have it immediately starting up when they hit play. So now let's go ahead and hit play ourselves and make sure we're happy with our recording. Hello, Zaxter99. I just wanted to tell you, Zaxter99, you are great. You are fantastic. When you're ready to stop recording, simply go ahead and hit the stop button right. All right, so now let's say that you're happy with this. You just want to go ahead and export it. If, for example, you just want to re-record everything, or you want to cut out let's say the last section and re-record that again, really easy to do. Let's say that I wanted to re-record from this point on. I could simply do that, hit Edit and Cut. After I cut it, I could just make sure that my cursor is right here at the end, and then hit Record again and go ahead and record whatever else I wanted to record. But let's say I'm happy with that recording just like that. I could go ahead and export it now, but just real quickly, let's say that I wanted to amplify it. Maybe I don't have a very strong or loud voice, and I wanted to make sure somebody doesn't have to, really crank up their speakers to be able to hear me. Another thing you can do with Audacity is go to Effect and simply go to Amplify. Now here, it'll tell me right there I need to highlight what section I want to amplify. Okay, well I want to amplify the whole recording, so what you might want to do if you have a long recording is make sure you hit minus here until you can see the whole recording right here on one screen. So highlight what it is you want to amplify, then hit Effect, click Amplify, and then it's going to give you a suggestion right here. It's going to automatically default to a suggestion to amplify it. You want to amplify it even more, you can do that. And then you might have to click the Allow Clipping if you really crank things up. Once you click Allow Clipping and you're ready, you can preview that and make sure it's at the right audible level. Hello, Zaxter99. Oh my gosh, that was way too loud. So let's go ahead and crank that back down. I'm glad there's that preview button. Hello, Zaxter. That's a lot better. Okay, I like that audio level, so I'm going to hit OK here, and you'll notice that the levels here increased a little bit. And Audacity is so great. It's so powerful. It does all this stuff in like less than a second, it seems like. Now I'm ready to go ahead and export this file so I can send it to my friend. I'm simply going to go to File, and you want to choose Export. Now, Save Project would be like if you're wanting to save it later and pick it up later at a later date and finish it or whatever. But no, I'm ready to export this file and send it to my friend. So I would go Export, and either export as MP3 or export as WAV. I believe you do need to download that option that I showed you to be able to export this as an MP3. But let's just say that you want to export it as a WAV. That's what I typically export my audio files at, is simply a WAV file. So I'll click that here. I would recommend that you choose desktop. That way you don't have to go hunting for the file in some other crazy folders. So just click the desktop over here on your left-hand side, and then call it whatever you want to call your file. So I'm just going to call this hello_Zax and save. Once I do that, here it's going to give me an option to give it some metadata tags should I want to fill in any of this information. I usually don't. Usually the name of the file that I chose to name it is enough. Go ahead and click OK. And once I do that, it will save that file for me. So now that I have my recording for Hello Zax right here on my desktop, I just simply want to be able to send that to somebody so they can hear it, provide them a link or whatever. Two great ways to do that I would recommend that are completely free, just like Audacity, is again, go to Google and you can simply search Dropbox. And Dropbox is Dropbox is a great program that people can, pick up files like on their mobile devices, their phones, their smartphones, that kind of thing. Very popular way of sharing files, and you can log in and set up an account there completely free and share files that you drop in once you set up Dropbox. So I can simply take this file and drop it into the Dropbox once I set it up and share that way. Another way, if you don't want to use Dropbox for whatever reason, that I recommend is MediaFire. MediaFire is completely free as well. I've used MediaFire for years, and I like the fact that it gives you links that you can simply drop to somebody in an email or in a message or whatever on your favorite message program, Facebook, whatever. And then they can simply go and download that file. So you can see here that I have different downloads, and you can see how many times it's been downloaded, the size of the file, and it provides you a link right here. So once you set up a MediaFire account completely free, it does give you 10 gigabytes of storage here, plenty of storage for a lot of different files. You can see in the last 5 years since I've set up my MediaFire account, I've only used less than 1.5 gigs. But once you set up the account, it's simply as easy as clicking upload and then choosing to upload your file. It's going to give you a Dropbox right here. All I need to do is drop that down, and it will begin uploading by simply clicking this button right here. When I have that file uploaded, let's say it's right here. All you need to do is click this little paperclip icon here, and you will now copy that link that you can share in an email or again on an instant messenger or whatever with whoever you want to share that recording with. So really easy. MediaFire and Dropbox. I'm sure there's other great programs where you can upload your file and share it really easily, but those are two methods that I would recommend or that I can think of off the top of my head. Hopefully this video has helped somebody out. Be sure you comment down below. Be sure you rate my video if this video has helped you out. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This has been Zaxter99. Take care.